Hi, today we're going to be comparing the ILIFE A4 to the X5 robotic vacuum. These two vacuums are very different from one another, and we'll start with the top here, the top interface here. As you can see, the ILIFE has a much simpler interface with only one button here. This button here acts as the power button and the clean button here. When you press this button, the robot goes into its default cleaning mode, whereas the X5 has 4 buttons here. It has 4 buttons here. It has the clean, the plan, the home, and the spot, and it has a screen here. This screen will show you the different cleaning modes that it's going through as it cleans a room. This also is where you schedule the robot with using the remote. And this the X5 has a door here, whereas the ILIFE doesn't have any doors, doesn't have any opening here. The dirt bin is located here at the back of the robot here. This is the dirt bin of the A4. This is the dirt bin of the X5. When you compare it, let's compare the two. As you can see, the A4, sorry, has a much larger bin, almost twice the size as the X5. The X5's capacity would be around 300 milliliters, while the A4 is around 500 milliliters. So this, the A4 will be able to clean a larger area without you having to empty it. And both of these robots have HEPA filters. Let's open up the bin of the A4 here. The A4's bin. This is the A4's bin here. It's much different than the X5. It has a mesh filter here that covers. It has 3 filters. It has the mesh filter here, and it has a foam filter covering the HEPA filter here. So this is the HEPA filter. The HEPA filter isn't washable. This one is washable, as well as the foam filter here, and the fine mesh filter, I'm sorry. So it has more layers of filtration compared to the X5, and it has a larger bin, again a larger bin, and the location of the bin is here at the back. You just push it in, it pops right in. Now the X5's bin is located on top, primarily because this robot has a dual function. This is for the vacuum, and when you take this off and put this in, this is the water tank for the X5. Both of these containers are interchangeable, and when you put this in, the robot immediately goes into mop mode. It shuts off the vacuum motor and it goes into mop cleaning mode. And I'll show you the bottom of the robot here, the X5 here. When you look underneath the X5, it has a microfiber towel here and a bracket, and you can see the opening of the vacuum here. It doesn't have any it doesn't have any motorized brush, so this robot is primarily for bare floors, tile, and it can mop, dry mop, and vacuum at the same time, since the mop is located here. And it has two side brushes here, and the mop can be removed just by popping this out, popping the bracket out here. This is the mop bracket, and this is the microfiber. It has, these are velcro strips built in the bracket, so that it sticks, the mop sticks, and it comes with an extra mop, so you can interchange between those two mops. And the water comes out here from these two holes here, and it doesn't have any regulator for the water. It just uses gravity. So I have a video of this mopping the floor, and I'll link to it in the description. And let me just put this back in. Oh, let me just leave this here so that you can compare it to the A4. Let me just flip the A4 over here. The A4, when you flip it over, it reveals a much different design here. The A4 doesn't have any mop. It has a motorized brush here, and let me just open this up here. Just flip this over. It has a motorized brush, and this is the motorized brush of the A4. It has the bristles here, and as you can see, it has hair. I've been using this to clean for the past couple of months. It has been really good at picking up hair, and like the X5, it has two side brushes. Let me just put this back here. A motorized brush. This also has two side brushes, and both of these robots come with extra side brushes, one each. One on each side. It has two extra side brushes, so it has two extra side brushes. So this is the i5. This is the A4's side brushes, extra side brushes, and this is the X5's extra side brushes. So you'll have a spare side brush, and you just fix this here. Just put this back in. You just pop this back in, and the A4 is designed to clean carpet, rugs, and bare floor, and the A4 has much stronger suction. It has a maximum of 1000 PA. That's what ILIFE uses, PA. This one has a maximum of, the X5 has a maximum of 850 PA. Both of them have dual two suction modes. When you turn it on, it automatically, the first time you turn it on, it turns on the default cleaning mode, and when you press the max suction button on the remote, it turns on the max cleaning mode. I'll show you the remote of these robots here in a bit. This is the remote of the X5 here. Let me just focus this here. Here's the remote of the X5. Just focus this a bit here so that you can see. Okay, I think I got it here. This is the X5's remote. The black here is the X5. This is the remote. On my left is the A4's remote. On the right is the A4, the X5, sorry. And the A4 has a small screen here. On top here is the schedule. Here 8:30 a.m. That means that this robot, the A4, will clean, automatically clean at 8:30 a.m. every morning. And both of them has the same directional buttons, the clean button here, and you can see that the A4 has the plan, the schedule, the clock. You can set the clock here on the remote, and it has the same this is the spot, the home and the edge cleaning. The X5 has the same functionalities here. Has the max. When you press this, it activates the maximum suction. This is the home button here. The A4's max function is here at one of the directional buttons here. And for the X5, when you schedule it, you have to point this to the robot. Here, let me just show you in a bit. Okay, for the X5, scheduling is a bit different from the A4 here. The X5, for the X5, you need to use this screen here. You get the remote, and you will need to press this clock icon here. And when you press the clock icon, you'll see this on the screen of the robot here. You'll see this. Let me just move closer here. You'll see this blinking here. This is the hour and the minutes. You just press the arrow buttons here to set the time here, 2, and the minutes here. And after you've done scheduling it, just leave it and it will stop blinking. And this actually isn't straightforward. When you see here, what you see here is 2:30, right? 2:30, and what it means is it will not clean at 2:30 a.m. but it will clean at 2 hours and 30 minutes after you schedule it, and it will clean on the same time every day. And it's a quirk that the X5 has, and it's not as straightforward as the A4. For the A4, let me just zoom out here. For the A4, it's pretty much straightforward. When you press the plan here, let me just zoom in. Just click on the plan button here. Okay, click on the plan, tap on the plan, and you just pretty much set it at any time you want. If you want it to clean it at 10, 11, 1:30, that's set the minutes, 1:45, and press on the plan again to set it. And this robot will clean at 1:45 p.m. in the afternoon. So remember that all ILIFE robots use military time. So if you set it at 9:30, it will not clean at 9:30 p.m. but at 9:30 a.m. If you set it at 1:30, it will clean at 1:30 a.m. So that's something you need to remember for all ILIFE robots here. Let me just zoom out. And lastly, the X5 has a, this is the virtual wall for the X5. I've tested it on the A4. It doesn't work on the A4. It only works specifically for the X5 here. I know that some of you commented, one of you commented that they've used, they've seen videos of people using the X5's virtual wall for the A4 and the other models, and it worked. But for so far, I haven't been able to make it work, and I'll test it. I'll test it again. Maybe I'll record a video about it, and let's see how it goes. And these are the cleaning brushes that comes with both of these products here. This is the A4's. Sorry, this is the X5's cleaning brush. Since it doesn't have any, motorized brush, it only comes with this brush here, while the A4 has this type of cleaning brush. It has what looks like a comb here. You can use this to comb out the motorized brush, and this is the soft bristle brush for that you can use to clean the clean the filter and the bin. And as far as the charging docks, both have the same type charging docks, though it doesn't have any storage for the remote. Let me just remove this just to show you how it looks like here. Basically both, it just differs in the shape here. This one has a bracket here below here. This one is pretty much open here. This part here is pretty much open. And in terms of navigation, both of these robots have similar navigation patterns. Again, I've recorded videos of it navigating, and I'll link to it the description below. And basically these robots really use a simple navigation, and it basically runs in a random pattern until their battery runs low. And when it detects that its battery is low, it goes back, it turns off the vacuum motor, and immediately goes and tries to look for their respective charging docks. And there are instances where they will not find their charging docks, but in my home, most of the time it's been able to find this charging station. And what I do is I just let it clean 1 or 2 rooms at a time, and it will clean for roughly, the A4 has a slightly longer runtime. I'll post it in the description below, the exact runtimes of these two, and you can check the articles in the blog. I'll post all those information at the description below, so make sure to check that out. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them below. And thanks for watching.